Hey everyone, Kristen and Shannon here for your super quick but super educational webinar.
And when we say quick, we mean quick. This whole presentation is only going to take about 15 minutes.
That's a pretty short time to learn a lot about a big and maybe little intimidating word, emulsification.
You see, most people think that they're getting what their supplements say on the bottle. Like if they're taking fish oil soft gels that have 1,000 milligrams of EPA and DHA, they're getting 1,000 milligrams. Or if they're taking a hemp oil tincture with 25 milligrams of CBD, they think they're getting 25 milligrams of CBD. But that's rarely the case. The truth is we only get what we can absorb. And we often absorb shockingly little of our supplements, especially when they're oil-based. So today, we're going to let you in on the secret behind how to get more out of your oil-based supplements. And the way that happens is through, you guessed it, emulsification.
Today, we're going to tell you all about emulsification, what it is, how it works, and why you definitely want to give emulsified oils a try if you want to get the most out of your supplements. Plus, we've got some exciting news we're going to share with you later, so be sure to stick around.
Okay, so before we jump into emulsification, let's talk for just a few minutes about another big word, absorption.
Yes. Okay, so some people use the words absorption and bioavailability interchangeably, but they are actually not the same thing. Absorption is how much of the nutrients in your supplement is absorbed through the small intestine. Bioavailability is how much of those nutrients actually make it into your bloodstream so your body can use it.
And that's really the key, isn't it? Because for any supplement to be effective, it needs to be efficiently absorbed. That way you can be sure to get maximum bioavailability and maximum nutrition into the bloodstream. The bottom line is better absorption equals better nutrition.
Absolutely. And to help make this even more clear, we want to explain something called the first pass effect. Put simply, the first pass effect, which is also known as first pass metabolism, is what happens when the concentration of nutrients in a supplement, or really anything for that matter, is greatly reduced before it reaches the bloodstream. There are several medicines and supplements that are more affected by this than others, and actually fish oil is one of them, but there are others.
Okay, well, let's try and keep this simple. First pass metabolism occurs in the gut and the liver. After a supplement or medicine is swallowed, it's absorbed and broken down by bile and enzymes in the digestive system. Then it goes to the liver to be further broken down by liver enzymes before it reaches the rest of the body. That's a lot of breaking down.
It is. And the deal is, this is kind of a catch-22 situation, and here's why. The liver is such a phenomenal organ and so thorough in metabolizing what you ingest that often only a small amount of the active ingredient is left to enter the bloodstream and circulatory system. So this first pass through the gut and liver greatly reduces the bioavailability of the nutrients you're after. Kind of a bummer, I know. The trick then is to figure out how to reduce or eliminate this first pass effect so you get the most bang for your buck and actually absorb the maximum amount of nutrients. And guess what? Drum roll, please. Emulsification is the answer.
Okay, so now that you know about the loss of nutrients that inevitably occurs when you take a standard supplement, let's talk about emulsification. When you combine two liquids that normally don't mix, the result is an emulsion.
Hey, fun fact, the word emulsion comes from the Latin word meaning to milk. I feel like I should put on my librarian glasses now with Latin roots. And milk, anyway, milk just so happens to be an example of an emulsion or mixture of fat and water.
Right, and so the process of turning a liquid mixture into an emulsion is called, wait for it,
emulsification.
Because emulsions are liquids. They don't have a stable internal structure. When two unmixable liquids are agitated or blended enough, small droplets are distributed more or less evenly throughout a liquid matrix called a dispersion medium.
Okay, wait, that is way too sciencey for me. My head is going to explode. Please don't use words like that.
All right, okay, so look, mayonnaise is an example of an emulsion. Oil, water, and eggs, all liquids, blended together form a whole different kind of substance. That's pretty easy to understand, right? So the thing we need to know for our purposes is that when oils are emulsified, the resulting molecules are smaller than when they started.
Okay, right. And here's the really cool thing. Our bodies actually do this exact thing during the digestive process. In fact, our ability to internally emulsify plays a vital role in the breakdown of fats. See, we humans are not great at digesting regular oils. That's why we sometimes get those nasty fish burps when we take a
Oh
standard
God, fish burps.
Oh, yeah, I know. Gross, right? But that's why we get them when we take a regular fish oil supplement. Those dreaded burps are a sure sign of distress, like an SOS call that your body is having a really hard time of it trying to break down and digest that oil.
Exactly. So in order to digest fat, our bodies need to break down the fat globules. I know that's such a gross sounding word.
It is totally gross sounding. Why can't they come up with a better word?
So our bodies break down those lovely globules in the small intestine and turn them into tiny, uniformly distributed droplets.
See,
droplets better?
That's so much better sounding. Cute little droplets. I like it.
Okay, so yes, those cute little droplets are actually providing a much better surface area on which the enzyme lipase, along with the bile stored in the gallbladder, can get down to business and digest those fats.
Okay, and I want you to remember that action of the gallbladder because we're going to talk more about that in just a bit. But the bottom line is that when we consume fats and oils, our bodies have to work pretty hard internally to emulsify them and make them digestible.
Okay, so now think about this. What if we could take some of that burden off of our bodies? What if we could essentially pre-emulsify oils to give our bodies a helping hand?
Not only would that be easier on our bodies, but it would also eliminate much of that first pass effect we talked about, because a big chunk of the work your body has to do has already been done. And that's why I asked you to remember the function of the gallbladder. The bile we need to break down fats is stored in the gallbladder. So people who have their gallbladders removed generally need to eliminate or at least greatly restrict fats in their diets, right? The great news is that people without gallbladders can totally take emulsified oils and be very comfortable with it. Makes sense?
It does, actually.
And people with gallbladders aren't the only ones who have trouble with the absorption of nutrients in oils. Who else might have problems? Older people, people with digestive disorders, people who don't make enough enzymes like lipase, people who have had gastric bypass surgery. The total group of people who might need an emulsification is actually pretty big. Lots of people get those fish burps.
Right now, let's quickly summarize why emulsified oils are really the way to go. Number one, emulsifying oils makes them more absorbable and thus more bioavailable. Several studies have shown that when fish oil is emulsified, for example, which as we know breaks down large fat globules into smaller cute little droplets,
I like those.
significantly increases its bioavailability. Okay, I'm going to reference a couple of studies. They're a little dry, but just stick with me because they're super important.
Keep it short.
I will, promise. One study found that a soft gel filled with fish oil emulsion had double the bioavailability of a standard fish oil soft gel. And the way they determined this was by measuring participants' blood levels of EPA and DHA after ingesting a single dose. Another single dose study found that a flavored fish oil emulsion had triple the bioavailability of standard fish oil capsules.
Okay, just want to make sure everyone heard that. Emulsified oils, according to this study, are 3 times more bioavailable than standard liquid oil or oil-filled soft gels. Now, that's what I call getting more bang for your buck.
Agreed. So the second reason emulsified oils are so great is because since our bodies don't have to work so hard to metabolize hard to digest oils, you'll avoid the dreaded fish burps people get after taking a standard fish oil supplement.
Those are so gross, they're the worst.
Just to reiterate one more time, emulsified oils are taken into the body differently and metabolized differently than standard oils. And because of this, they are much better absorbed and therefore more bioavailable. Remember, because of our body's first pass effect or first pass metabolism, the active ingredients in certain drugs and supplements are greatly reduced when going through the digestive process. This means when you take a standard nutritional oil, fish oil, flax oil, hemp oil, whatever it may be, our bodies have to work so hard to make it digestible. And in that process of breaking down those oils so that we can digest them, we lose a significant amount of the nutrients we are after in the first place. It's like paying for a full tank of gas and only getting a couple of gallons out of it. Not the ideal situation. But when a nutritional oil is emulsified before you ingest it, so it's essentially pre-emulsified, it bypasses that part of the digestive process and mitigates that first pass effect, which means you don't end up losing all those nutrients.
So the third reason emulsified oils are so great, and this is a really fabulous reason, but it's kind of unique to Barlean's products, is that our patented emulsification process turns standard nutritional oils into unbelievably delicious, creamy treats. Just how good are they? Check out this quick video clip.
We wanted to get people's real reactions when they tried Barlean's seriously delicious omega-3 and omega pals. So let's go. Have you ever taken fish oil before?
Yes.
No.
Yes, I have.
No.
I have.
Yes.
How did it taste?
Awful. The pills, I felt like I was always burping up.
I don't like it.
What do you think fish oil will taste like?
Fish.
I would imagine not great.
Disgusting. I don't think it's gonna be good.
So go ahead and try the Barlean's.
Okay.
I'm gonna smell it first.
Here we go.
What does it taste like?
Mine tastes like pineapple.
Tastes like orange. Tastes like lemon cake. Like orange juice.
I actually like it.
Surprising, actually, that it just tastes like mango syrup pretty much.
It's good.
It's not what I expected it to taste like.
I think super good.
It's actually surprisingly good.
This is the key. This is great. It tastes like berries.
Yeah, that's great, actually.
I mean, I'll throw all this down.
I'd say that when even kids ask for their fish oil, that's a pretty awesome endorsement.
Totally, yeah. In fact, we renamed our Omega Swirl products Seriously Delicious Omega-3 because they offer both serious omega-3 nutrition and they're so delicious.
It really is the perfect name.
It is.
Let's not forget that a huge part of taking supplements is a little thing called compliance. If your supplements taste bad or hard to swallow, well, good luck sticking with that. But Seriously Delicious Omega-3 addresses that too. It's so good, you'll look forward to taking it.
It's so good. It really is. Most people love it right off the spoon because it's so good. But you can also add it to smoothies, pour it over oatmeal or ice cream, make a tasty salad dressing out of it. You get the idea.
Okay, so before we wrap up, let's talk a little bit more, and I mean just a little bit, about Barlean's products because we have some super exciting news to share. As you may know, we're celebrating our 30th anniversary this year. That means 30 years that the Barlean family has been making healthy oils in the Pacific Northwest. And by the way, we're still 100% family owned and operated, which is pretty cool.
I think it's really cool too. We make a whole line of Seriously Delicious Omega-3 products. Check it out.
Yeah, including a line for kids, Seriously Delicious Omega Pals. We even have an eye formula called Hootie Fruity Tangerine.
Oh, that one is amazing. If your kids are screenagers like mine, that's the formula you'll want. And now for the exciting news we hinted at earlier. Kristen, do you want to do the honors?
Do I ever? Last year, we added another healthy oil to the family. We launched a line of CBD hemp oils. If you don't know what that is, CBD stands for cannabidiol. And if you want to know, well, basically everything there is to know about CBD hemp oil, we've got a free full-length webinar you can check out on our website, as well as 40 plus FAQs, articles, blog posts, infographics, and even quizzes. So make sure you check that out if you're interested. Anyway, I digress. The exciting news is, are you ready for it? We just launched an emulsified
Yes,
CBD.
you heard that right. We took the same proprietary emulsification process we used for our Seriously Delicious Omega-3 products that our customers just love and applied it to CBD. It's delicious, creamy chocolate mint flavor, and it has 25 milligrams for just 1 teaspoon serving. And it's important to mention here that CBD hemp oil happens to be one of those supplements that loses a ton of potency during that first pass metabolism we talked about.
So making an emulsified CBD is like the best thing ever.
It really is. Let's just take a second to talk this through. So while soft gels, for example, are easy and convenient, it's important to note that they have significantly lower absorption than emulsified oils due to that first pass metabolism situation we talked about earlier. What this means is if you have a 25 milligram soft gel and a teaspoon of 25 milligrams in an emulsion, you're going to absorb way more of the CBD in the emulsion.
Wow, thanks for explaining that, because I pretty much always thought like what you see is what you get. So yeah, that's an important
You've
distinction.
always got to keep that first pass metabolism in mind because it affects so many things. And like I said, especially CBD.
And like you said, it is so good.
It is so good.
I mean, chocolate mint, come on. So that's it for us. Thanks for tuning in. And don't worry if you missed something, we're going to have a downloadable PDF with all the resources we talked about during the webinar today.
And remember to follow us on social because we've got a ton of giveaways, contests, and fun, fresh content. So one more time, what's our takeaway today? Better absorption equals better nutrition.
And emulsification is how you get there.
And that's a wrap.